What's up, everybody? You're watching the Bring It After show right here on AfterBuzz TV. On tonight's episode, we're talking about Diana traveling to Birmingham, Kayla's in charge of the Jackson dolls, and Coach D narrows down her captain's choice. Stay tuned.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Go, Howard.
You're gonna hear me. Yes.
Howard's rooting for the Prancing Tigerettes with this one.
The Prancing Tigerettes killed it. They were roaring tonight. Go, Tamera. Go, Tamera.
There was a clip tonight of, because we so rarely see them dancing long enough that you can really watch their expressions, and there was one shot tonight where you could really see the because they all dance with their tongues out, and it was so great. It's like more of that, more of that.
We love it. Yeah.
I can't. I look stupid making the face. I look dumb.
It's okay. We'll honorary Didi Pharrell, so that's fine. What's up, everybody? You're watching and listening to the AfterBuzz TV after show for Bring It. On tonight's episode, we're talking about Coach D traveling to Birmingham. Kayla is in charge of the Jackson dolls, and of course, Coach D narrows down her captain search. And we have your fan shout-outs and our predictions, so it's so much tonight. But before we kick it off, I just want to welcome back my co-hosts, the lovely, the beautiful Tamera. Tamera Brown. Woo!
Thanks, Howard. Glad to be
She's
back.
Yay. It's us two holding it down.
Holding it down.
And we only have to hold it down maybe one more time because this season has just flown by.
Keeps us on our toes.
Yes. Looks like next week is season finale already.
It's gonna be like 3 a.m. We're gonna be in bed one night and get our phones blowing up, and it's AfterBuzz going, hey, a Bring It episode just popped up. We need you guys in the studio.
I can see it. Like, no, it's 3 a.m. Just come back so quickly. Well, but before we get to our season finale next week, let's focus on our 2 new episodes again tonight. So episode 11 and 12. Let's kick it off first with episode 11, Three's a Crowd. And what were your overall thoughts about this one? I mean, we finally see Coach D narrow down her, top 6 to top 3. We saw the Birmingham baby dolls. I mean, what were you thinking?
Cute. I love the Birmingham baby dolls. It was nice to see the competition with Jackson and Birmingham all together, and all of the other teams that competed. We didn't get to see all of them, but that was a huge competition. So those feel more real to me when we get to see those, when we get to see like that, when it's not just like one team against another.
Yeah, definitely. I just loved this episode. I thought it was great. There were some points I was like, oh no, Coach D's too hard on these girls, and then other points I was like, well, she needs to be because it's just not happening. And it was overall a great episode,
And Selena, poor Selena.
I know. We got a little bit of update there of Selena, and just prayers for her. She's just going through a lot. But before we get into Selena, let's talk about Coach D now going to Birmingham, like we said. So the baby dolls are in their first ever, huge competition, and it's 20 teams competing at this. Let me see. I wrote down the name. Baby Buck Down Showdown.
That's a mouthful.
A mouthful. And it's 20 teams, which I'm like, wow, we don't need all 20 teams. Give me just 10 is doing it. But okay, whatever. Go ahead.
Oh, but Howard, I thought you must like different judges, though.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I was feeling that. I was like, finally, fresh faces.
You were on for that one.
Yes.
On board for that.
I love it. But Coach D sends a video to the Jackson dolls and says, hey, ladies, I won't be there. I got to help my baby dolls out. But I did bring in Kayla, which we always love seeing.
Welcome back, Kayla.
Welcome back, girl. And then we also saw that Tori was there, but he wasn't really helping there. He was just kind of overseeing everything. And
I like Tori's serious face when they start practice and he's just standing there letting Kayla talk, and he's in his glasses and he just looks very intense, and he's as scary as Diana can be when she starts yelling. Imagine, I bet Mr. Torrey can really put the fear of God in you.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like he flips up one moment, just like, I told you guys.
Yeah.
Point those toes, you know? Like,
Yep.
I can see that. But we also saw with the video that Coach D narrowed down her top 6 for the captains to top 3. And the top 3 are Kayla, Princess, and Christiana, which I was totally shocked because last week I think I said I wanted Princess, Deja, and Christiana for my top 3.
Okay.
So I was just like, wow, okay, I didn't see this coming.
Yeah.
I didn't really see Princess in the top.
I guess I didn't really either. I knew Christiana and Makayo. I knew it was going to be them, but Princess, yeah, she was the wild card.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I think I thought maybe Faith would be in there. I thought Faith was probably more in the running.
Really? I think Faith's a senior.
Oh, that's
Isn't
right.
she?
Yes. That's
Yeah.
why. Faith's a senior. It's so confusing now that how we're these episodes are from so long ago that the seniors who are no longer there now, they're graduated, they're in college, they're still there for this episode. So it plays with my head.
Yeah, it's very, very confusing. But, I didn't see that for the top 3. But I was like, okay, whatever. Well, at least Christiana was in there. So I got one.
You knew, I don't know if you, I was like, well, we know Princess isn't moving on because it's going to go down to Christiana and Micaiah, right? I mean, come on, guys. Who out there did not think that?
That's true. But we also saw, so finally, Coach D went over there to Birmingham, and I think it was Markel who was helping out over there with the Birmingham dolls. They're going to be dancing against one of our favorite teams. Well, not our, other than the dolls. I personally like the Tigerettes. I thought they were, great.
Yeah.
And the coach is hilarious. He cracks me up.
Quincy, yeah. And I like Marquel too. And like, I don't know what it is about the guy coaches, but whenever there's the guy coaches, I just find them so charming. Tyrus or, whenever the team that has a male coach, I don't know why, they're always just so charming to me.
I can kind of see that. Charming, but a little shady, though.
Well, because compared to, like, Neva or
right.
or because and then like the other lady coaches just tend to be more quiet. They don't have such big personalities. All of the male coaches we see for the different majorette teams are just such big personalities. They're lots of fun to watch.
I can see that. But the baby dolls, poor little girls, like it's a bunch of them, which, I was like, okay, look at you, Coach D, like you have a whole little squad over there. Like, I'm loving it. But, they're still a little shy. They've never really competed at such a high level. So Coach D went over there whooping those girls in shape. We saw a few new moms over there, which I'm curious to see if she's going to keep, like, incorporating, like, mixing all of her studios together.
Yeah. Well, especially because I guess that Birmingham studio is bigger than Jackson because because they offer. I saw a poster for their enrollment. Their year of classes started this Monday for all of the studios. Jackson, Atlanta, and Birmingham. All of the studios started this week with classes, and the Birmingham studio had the most classes offered and was also a little bit more expensive. So I think that's because it's a bigger studio. Yeah.
Wow, look at you, Coach D.
She's moving on up.
Moving on up. But yeah, their practice was a bit intense, of course. Birmingham girls, the baby dolls, were going to be competing in pom-pom and field show. And it just looked like it's too much. Tigerettes, when they went to them, it just looked like Tigerettes were ready. They've really been practicing. You could really see the improvement.
Yeah, I think they've all been just I mean, even though the babies, they're all babies, but I think Memphis has been dancing longer. The Prancing Tigerettes have been dancing longer than Birmingham girls.
That's very true.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
I don't know for sure.
Well, one thing we do know here is our network of producers Our network produces after shows for nearly all of your favorite TV shows, from dramas, reality TV, sci-fi, and more. There is no network that works harder to serve television fans than we do. But we need your help. We're asking that you please subscribe to one or more of our YouTube channels. By subscribing to our channel, YouTube will suggest content that's tailor-made for you, and you'll help AfterBuzz continue to grow. Yes, let's keep on growing. And if you're worried about those pesky notifications, don't be, because they're optional. Yes. So hit that subscribe button now for this channel and check out some of our other AfterBuzz, shows that we have, like Are You the One, Kardashians, just The Bachelor, so many. Let us know you did in the comments, and we'll thank you on air. Yes, we have our fan shout outs coming up a little bit later. So for now, thanks for being the best fans and helping us be the ESPN of TV talk. We appreciate you guys. So let's move on a little bit here to Kayla. We saw her back to back last week. She came and she helped out, and I guess she did such a great job that Coach D was like, come on back, girl. So she was coaching those girls, the Jackson girls, pretty tough. I was like, okay, Kayla, little Coach D in the making.
I think she's getting more comfortable in her coaching skin. Yeah,
maybe that's what it is. She's growing. I loved it. But she was really on Princess, because she was like, Princess, you need to push. You need to be a powerhouse, because you're dancing against Christiana and Micaiah. And it's like, you need to bring it, which she was right, because you can tell in practice, Princess is a great dancer, but the power was lacking in some areas.
Maybe she's got a little rivalry with Princess just a little bit, because when Kayla was on the team, Princess was still a prancing tigerette. So maybe she's still got that just a little bit of shade thrown at Princess. Ooh. What do you think?
Maybe. I don't know. I just just like Princess, she's one of the she moves freely. She just doesn't bring that power. She brings energy, but against with Christiana and Micaiah, she kind of fades to the back. Poor Princess. But Kayla was on her, and even to the point where we saw Tanisha, Princess's mother, and she was like, listen, yeah, my baby needs to dance with power, but she's getting there. And even Tanisha dropped that bomb and said, if my baby doesn't make it on to the final two to be in the running for captain, we might just leave. She said it's not worth all the driving. They drive 6 hours, 3 hours there, 3 hours back. And she's like, if she doesn't get it, we'll go on to another team.
That only makes sense.
Yeah, that's true.
Would you drive 3 hours if you're, if you're not being the star that you went there to be?
That's very true. But I feel like she should have known, you weren't really guaranteed the captain spot. Coach D didn't open the doors and say, hey, if you come, you're going to be captain. It's kind of like you're choosing to drive these 3 hours to advance Princess, and it's helping.
And let's be real, she's driving that 3 hours for the opportunity to be on TV. If this were just any other team, any other majorette team that's competing in the South, she probably wouldn't be driving 3 hours to do it. But it's good for Princess's career and her brand and blah, 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 all of that.
That's very true.
All of that we all got to deal with now, our brands. How's your brand doing, Howard?
Horrible.
Really?
I'm still trying to figure it out, so I don't know. What about yours?
I think my brand's pretty good.
Oh.
You guys can check out my brand at www.tamerabrown.com.
Go ahead, Tamara.
Big old dork.
Grand queen.
Big old dork for always. And my dancing videos are up there.
Oh, yeah. Tamara LLC. But yeah, so that was a pretty big thing to say, Tanisha, I'm just gonna take her away. And it's like, still think about Princess. Now she's formed connections with these girls and friendships, and she's probably happy here. So just bring her up because you don't think she might get captain. It's a little selfish, And you pay that money. You pay money to be there. You pay money for gas.
Sure.
You might as well keep paying your bills, girl. Add it on.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, so practice was good. I do want to get a little bit into now competition day at this baby buck down showdown. So like we said, 20 teams. It's just it was just so much. We only got a glimpse of some of the teams that they saw. Let's see. I think they went against, I know I wrote it down here. Other than the Tigerettes.
Babies?
Yeah.
Well, the babies went against the Tigerettes. I think the babies also a Royal Elite, which they showed them for like a sec. You know, like they were in blue, and they had a male coach too, but they only showed him for just a split second. And NODC.
Oh, right.
I don't know what that stands for.
I don't know.
New Orleans Dance Company.
So much. So many teams to compete. Oh, but before... Sorry, guys. Bear with me. I do want to really quick touch on that Selena situation. How we're saying prayers are up for her. Oh, my gosh. So we saw that Selena finally went to the doctors. She didn't want to go. Mimi had to push her. So kudos to you, Mimi, for being such a good friend and taking her. She went to go see Dr. Quinn, and he ordered some tests on her. You know, she's apparently been dealing with the seizures since her grandmother passed away, and then her parents passed away at a young age, and it's now becoming too much. And you know, just prayers for her. It was a lot.
I bet that part was real when she said, you know, the doctor was like, how come you haven't come in? And she was like, well, I guess I'm scared of finding out, you know, the truth of what this is. And I'm not like that, but I know people who like, I would be the person who, if that were happening to me, I'd go to the doctor and want all the tests done and, you know, figure it out as soon as possible. But I do know a lot of people that are like, I'm nervous. It's, you know, ignorance is bliss. I don't want to find out that I've got XYZ, you know? What are you like?
I'm like Selena.
Yeah.
Like it takes me a minute to go to the doctor. But if I was having seizures like that, I definitely would have been.
Yeah.
Like, but you know, like it takes me a minute to get my like checkup, my physical, like, oh, you know, yeah, my knee hurts, but I could probably wait 2 more months, put a little ice on it, you know?
Oh yeah, that stuff, me too.
But we're praying for you and kudos to you. And we also saw Selena was breaking down in front of her kids, you know, telling them what's going on. It was just so sad. Oh, man. So back to a lighter note here with the baby dancing dolls going back to competition. So first up, it was the Tigerettes, and it was Pom Pom, so field show. And they did great. I mean, the Tigerettes were killing it, of course. They just really been practicing. They're so in sync, and it's just so smooth.
Yeah.
And it's like, I can see you know, why you gloat so much, Quincy. Like, your girls are awesome. I wonder if Coach D was like, wow. Like,
yeah, she was impressed.
Look at you. And then it was our girls, our Birmingham girls, and field show, it wasn't great. They were all over the place. The girls were off beat. They were off, you know, counting. And they were just 3 seconds earlier than most of the girls. And then that's what I was saying about, you know, just having so many girls. We can tell who's off.
Yeah.
And I could tell in the dancing, like, okay, this one's
Oh, that's
off,
right. You like the smaller groups.
Right. Give me 10 girls. I'm good.
Yeah.
So I just felt bad for them. They were nervous. You know, they're still little girls.
They were nervous, and like I said, I think that they're all kind of novice dancers. I think that they're still learning. Even though they're young, they probably have only just started dancing, whereas the prancing tigerettes, the baby prancing tigerettes, I think they've got at least a couple years on them. So, so you know, they did fine for getting used to it. It's good that they get these competitions in so they can get it, you know. They got to get used to that.
Definitely need to. And get used to Coach D yelling, because Markel, he was yelling in the back and in practice, and then Coach D went back there and girls just let them have it. Like, even the poor little girl was crying, you know?
Yeah.
But, I mean, is it too tough, you think?
No, I mean, Miss D knows what she's doing, so
That's true.
that's how you make this team the best majorette team.
Yeah. Because she just went in on them. Like, what is that? You guys should be embarrassed.
You can, like, Miss D's voice, when she gets into that, like, furious mode, like, it's just like, it's like a different voice coming out of her.
She was on a whole other thing. She was losing her voice. She was yelling so much. But I guess it worked, because when the girls came back out for Pom Pom, the girl Birmingham dolls were kicking butt.
Yep.
I was like, wow, it was a completely different team. Facial expressions, everybody was on point. I guess everybody was counting at the same time. Like, it was just great.
Yeah. They were very tight on the palms.
Mm-hmm. But Tigerettes did give them a run for their money, though, on those palms. It was great. I put that down. Tigerettes gave them a run. But, so they did great. And then now it's time for the trio, which means they brought in the big girls, I guess the big sisters, so the older girls, to come out and help. And Prancing Tigerettes were up first, and they were killing it too in this hip hop dance that we've never seen them do.
Yeah.
Those girls were great. I was like, wow, Tigerette. Like, can we get a spinoff, low-key?
Yes. That's a great idea.
I'm kind of here for a 30-minute spinoff show.
Yep.
Lifetime?
I like where your head's at.
I know. Quincy, I mean, even online.
Yeah. There we go. Let's do it.
But they did great. But of course, our normal dolls came back and they were killing it in that football theme trio where they came out in those cute little referee
outfits.
I said, who thinks of that? Where do they get this stuff made?
Yeah.
So cute.
That was cute.
So cute.
And the other girls that were just like the back, the rest of the squad in the red and white, like the jerseys, they all had their names on the back of them.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
That's so
They turn
cute.
these costumes out quick.
They sure do. You guys go. And then finally, it's time for award season. And we see that the dolls, the big girls, handled business because they took first in trio. And then we saw that the Prancing Tigerettes took second in field and Royal Elite took first.
Yes.
So the baby dolls didn't even play. Well, at least we don't know if they placed or not, but they didn't come in first or second or
Which
third.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Quincy had to eat his words.
He sure did. He sure did. Because then the Tigerettes ended up tying second place with the Paparazzi Princesses. And then the dolls took first. Birmingham dolls took first in Pom Pom.
Yeah. Go girls.
Go ahead. Yeah, because they were killing it.
See what happens when you gloat, Quincy. Everybody out there, take a note. That's what happens.
Boom. They came back and got you.
When you talk big, you lose. Or you get elected president, I guess. That's when you talk too big for your britches. I won't go there.
Keep it PG, Tamera. PG. And then I was on Twitter, doing the show, doing the commercials, and I saw that Coach D tweeted out. She said, also what wasn't shown on the show is that the baby dolls won baby trio.
Oh.
So there was a baby trio there, and there was a baby stand battle, and they won that.
Oh.
So the dolls ended up being grand champs
Oh, that's
all
great.
around. Wow.
Good for
Guess
them.
it's so much we can't show. I would have loved to see that baby stand battle, though.
Yep.
Would have loved to see that. So, good episode overall.
Yeah.
At its moments, pretty good. So, let's move on to episode 12, the Ultimate Captain's Battle. So, in this one, Coach D, we saw just narrows down her captain's choice. It's now 2 girls, and the girls that are going head to head in this doll versus doll competition is Micaiah and Christiana.
Yeah.
Which I was like, I could see that, because we just said princess.
Yep.
Princess wasn't,
The
as strong.
powerhouses. Christiana, the silent killer, and Micaiah, tick, tick, boom.
I like that, tick, tick, boom.
Yeah.
You go ahead, girl.
I'm going to take that. I'm going to make that my nickname. It makes sense because my initials are TB, so
See? It was meant to be.
I get to be tick, tick, boom.
So we saw that they're going to do a dolls competition. Coach D put it together. Now the girls have to come up with their own choreography. It's their own teams. And then to throw a twist on it, Coach D put the mentors DDPs. It's Mimi and Tina, which makes sense because they were both captain moms. So I like that effect. All they can do is mentor. They can't, help out with the dancing, just give a little bit of insight, which is good. And then speaking of the moms, we also saw in a quick little glimpse, Tanisha. She was still mad about her, Princess not being in the top 3. And while she was in the car with Princess, she said, "What do you think about moving to Atlanta?" And I'm like, girl, just hang out. Like, Princess is still having fun. I don't know. I don't know at all.
I mean, you know, kind of like how Faith was thinking of moving to Atlanta for the career, because there's a lot of industry that's moved to Atlanta recently. So if her mom's really sort of grooming Princess for, who knows, maybe a singing career, maybe like whatever else she's trying to get moving here, maybe Atlanta is the place to be, especially since there's a new dolls studio there in Mountain. It's Mountain something.
Yeah, they like Stone Mountain.
Stone Mountain. Yeah.
That's true. Maybe she can try out there and be captain.
That would make sense.
I would love to see that if she does go to Atlanta, if Princess does go.
Although she's getting to be like, Prancing Tigerettes, dolls. If she goes to another one, it's just kind of like, okay, like, where are you at now? She's like, where's Waldo of the Majorette world? Where's Princess?
So we saw that the girls broke up into their own teams. Christiana was leading her. She got to stay at the dollhouse, which I was like, oh, cool. And then Micaiah had to go to a gym, and then she went to another studio, just because, the girls can't see each other's dance. Like, you can't all be under one roof. And Coach Steve is just going to check in from time to time, which makes sense. Now, with Christiana, she, on day one, was tough for her.
Yeah.
The girls weren't really listening to her. She said, I want to hear everybody else's ideas. And the girls kind of just took that and ran. Like, another girl was kind of leading it for a moment. And I was like, oh no, Christiana. Like,
I think that's why she's called the silent killer, is that she's kind of shy. She's bold on the dance floor, but when it comes to just talking, she's kind of a shy girl.
Right. Wasn't Cameron like that too? And then she had to grow out of it?
Yeah.
So hopefully, so we can see Christiana might be able to grow out of it. Maybe once she's in the captain's position, she can do it.
Yeah.
And then day 2 was a little bit better for her. She was taking charge. Mimi even spoke up, was like, okay, you're doing great. Excuse me. And then we also saw that her out of the element box, because the girls were the rules for the competition was each team must perform 2 stands, 1 fast, 1 medium, and 1 stand must have an out-of-the-box thing, like props or parents or whatever. And Christiana's out-of-the-box element was Tanisha, Princess's mom, who does
twirling,
batons, which I was like, okay.
Yeah.
It was a good thing.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a fun surprise.
Yeah. She incorporated the mom.
I like how Tanisha's like, oh, Princess's brand isn't taken up. Excuse me, it's all right. I'll just step in there.
Go ahead, Tanisha. She said, I'm going to go out there.
That's what, she probably wants to move to Atlanta because she's got like she's got to call out to an agent there for her own commercial acting career.
You go ahead, girl. But she was kind of struggling in some of the practices. They were like, Tanisha, get it together. Go to the back and practice. Like, she wasn't really twirling. I said, oh, girl, I know you don't dance all the time, but come on. But, whatever, they liked it. Even when Coach Steve was there, she was like, okay, have you guys practiced with Tanisha's part? Christiana was like, no. He was like, maybe you might want to put her in there. So I'm glad that they did. And then moving on to Micaiah, she really stepped up into the leader role to me.
Yeah.
She was the stronger one out of the two. Even on day 1, she was like listening to the girls, but then when Tina came in and stepped in, it was like, make sure it's what Micaiah wants and do the things Micaiah wants to do.
Yeah.
Micaiah stepped in. She was like, okay, a little less talking, more dancing. Get your team, girl. And then
I think that's a little foreshadowing.
Oh, that's true. I'll let you guys know my predictions who mine is out of 2. But so on day 2, we saw that Micaiah also used a parent or a DDP for her out of the box element. She used JJ, Star and Sky's dad.
Yeah. It's funny because what's his name? Brandon? Why was Brandon there? Angel. Now, I said when they first introduced Angel and Angela and brought in the uncle Brandon, I thought he was great. He was lots of fun to have. This was the season where they had that DDP room, that side room.
The viewing room.
And he was there for a little bit, and then who knows what happened. Then he was off again. But this was so random to bring him back for this one episode where he really didn't participate or there was no reason to have him there. He was just Surprise!
Exactly. Because Mimi said was like, oh, he was getting his hair shop together. And then now he's back, but they didn't talk to him. No little confessional, like nothing.
Yeah.
Just showed him a little bit yelling. And then he was on the porch yelling too. So I was like, okay. But I love seeing JJ. He's such a funny guy.
Yeah, well, it was funny in the dance when he comes out to dance because he's just kind of like, well, after Tanisha's doing the twirling and stuff, and she looks great in that costume and everything, and she was actually doing some skilled moves, and then JJ comes out and he's just kind of like, you know, just shaking around, and I was like, okay, what's that? Like, it's okay. Well, the other team's gonna win because he's not doing anything, and then he busts out that handspring back tuck. Who knows he can tumble?
And even Coach Steve was like, he's going to be feeling that tomorrow. Like,
Yeah.
you know, he's over 40, over here trying to do the back tuck. Like, okay, all right, JJ. I mean, if you can still do it, why not? But yeah, speaking of the competition, the girls, they did great. Both teams were great. Micaiah is the one who threw the first stance, and these stands are original. So each girl had to come up with their own little 26 count, and each girl did great. Micaiah's stance was everything. Her second stance was just everything and more with her secret weapon, the tick tick boom, where the girl's feet kind of like are shaped in, like a gun, and then the girls kind of like shoot them off. I thought that was wonderful. Who would have thought about that?
Yeah.
That was a good
She
idea.
said it was her signature move.
Oh yeah, that's true.
We don't get to see it. That's what I said. I said to Howard while we were watching it. Like, we don't get to see this. Who knows that that's Micaiah's signature move?
I loved it.
Yeah.
I wonder if Coach G's going to use that in more battles, like stand battles.
Hope so.
I hope so too. It was great. So then Christiana is next, and she looks pretty good. You know, her dance was pretty strong. Brought the power. Tanisha came out, Princess's mom, and she was like on cue, still dancing, twirling, and I thought it was great too.
Howard, I'm picking up. I think I can see where you're leaning. I can see where. I think I know what Howard's prediction's going to be.
We'll never know. We'll never know. But you know, both girls did great. So, and then it's the captain's battle where both of the girls go head to head for 60 seconds. And, you know, Micaiah, she brought it. Just like she brought it in her stance. But Christiana, I don't know why she holds back so much. You know, I just don't.
You thought she held back?
Yeah. Just like Coach D was saying, I think we've seen more. Like, she was either scared or timid, and it's like, you know, this is your homegirl, like your friends, but, you know, you both want this spot.
Yeah.
Did you think she held back or no?
It's hard to say. Like I always say, I don't see enough of the dance to be able to tell. So, I don't know. I guess, I mean, if that's what Miss D said, she'd know.
Yeah, that's true. She was one of the judges, and I'm glad.
She was looking fierce, by the way, in that top she had on.
I said, you better, Miss D, Coach D. It was looking great. And then, yeah, I put that. Christiana didn't really, like, go at it. She was holding back. Poor her. So then it's time for, you know, the trophies. And Team Christiana won the stance battle, which I was shocked. I thought she did great, but, you know, the tick, tick, boom. And then we saw Micaiah won the captain's battle. So I was like, okay, all right. And then now it's time to finally announce who's captain. And Coach D leaves us with the cliffhanger.
What?
She said, we won't find out till the Battle Royale next week.
All right.
I'm so mad, but it was a great competition. Both girls fought hard for it. Definitely did. So I want to get into a little bit of our fan shout outs. We love you guys out there for watching.
Yeah. You guys are so loyal to Bring It and then also this panel.
Definitely.
That's awesome.
So some of the fans here, some of you guys on our YouTube page, you wrote in, and we have one from, I think it's Banana Boom Boom. And this person said, I think her top three were Christiana, Micaiah, and Canary.
Ah, see, yeah, that makes sense. I agree.
And then I think I have the other one here. So, and then another one, I think Lady Mystique, she said that her top three was Christiana, Micaiah, and Deja.
That would make sense,
That's
too.
what I said.
Yeah.
That's
I
what I
think
said.
Canary or Deja would both be make more sense than princess.
And Lady Mystique also said that we had a great after show commentary. So shout out to you. Thank you guys for that. And then we have another one here from, I think it's Charlotte Thomas. Well, she said she subscribed. So hey, girl.
Yeah.
Thanks for subscribing. Charlotte? Yes. So, and then Alicia Chappell said if they came to the West Coast for the girls, if the tour she's talking about, if they came to the West Coast, the girls would try out. They would miss the tryout for their college team, which Cameron did make the Southern Doll team, and Michaela made the Jackson State Jasonettes.
Nice.
So look at you guys.
Yeah.
I mean, kicking butt. And then one last one here is from Michelle Fitzgerald, who's always in the comments. So hello to you, girl. She just says, you guys keep it up. You know, she gives it to us raw. So even on one comment, she was like, who was Destiny, LOL? Do you mean Princess? This was a while ago. But I was like, girl, I don't know. Shout out to you.
Thanks, Michelle.
Thanks, Michelle. So you guys are just so loyal. We just love you guys.
See, I don't know, what can we do for Bring It to make sure that, because it's like the way that they split this season, it seems like they've been having ratings issues. So I think Lifetime's trying to figure out what to do with the show.
Right.
Because clearly it's a subject that people want to see. You guys love this show. You guys stick with it. So many, there's so many Instagram accounts of different majorettes teams that they were like, you know, I didn't know this existed until I started watching Bring It and stuff like that. So there's definitely a market for it. But I think like I've said many times, I think the production, like the producers need to show more of the dancing, show less of the parents. It's things like that that'll keep the audience more engaged. This is Tamara's opinion. That's all.
And I'm ditto with you, Tamara. I couldn't agree more. I don't know how they're going to do it. I know they switched it from Fridays to Thursdays to see, hopefully that'll help out. Hopefully it did. I'm not sure if they're still hitting the 1 million mark or over for their views. But yeah, I don't know how this is gonna go.
Yeah. So I don't think they know. My guess would be that Miss D doesn't know yet if there's going to be a season 6, or they're probably going to be finding out sometime soon, within the next couple months.
Yeah.
But now that they're back at school, and Miss D's completely busy with her 3 studios,
She sure
and
is.
now that the school year started, and of course she's got a young son, and so now's probably not the time to focus on production anyway. So that's why they save it for the spring. But yeah.
Yeah. All right.
There was one thing this weekend, for anybody who lives in Dallas, this weekend, Miss D's production company, DMW Productions, is putting on the Buck or Die Nationals in Dallas.
Nice.
And it's like a national majorette competition where all of the teams, even the Compton team here on the West Coast, and
really?
all of the teams that we've seen throughout the episodes, probably more than the 20 that were just at that last one, they're all competing in this Buck or Die Nationals.
Wow.
Yeah. So Miss D's just got so much going on. Yeah.
She sure does. I'm here for it. Well, let's get into some predictions here. See what's going to happen on the season finale.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
So yeah, it's a lot going on. Next week is the season finale. It came up quickly. It's the Battle Royale. We see Lorianne Gibson, who's one of the biggest choreographers out there. She's worked with everybody. Diddy, Danny Kane, Nicki Minaj.
She was on the Dance Moms season, like their last season before Abby Lee went to jail. So she's choreographed for Beyonce on tour. She's choreographed for, I think, Lady Gaga.
Yeah,
she's got.
Gaga's
Oh, and
girl.
she was. Oh, and my favorite. Howard, do you remember in Living Color from the 90s? She was a fly girl.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Look at her.
Yeah.
I love Lorianne. And she's had her own shows. I just love it. So she'll be one of the main judge, like the judge for the Battle Royale next week. And my prediction is there's a lot going on, but I'm picking my captain. I'm going to go with Christiana. At first, I was thinking Micaiah.
What?
I know. But
That is such a curveball.
I was really gonna go with Micaiah, but I just feel like Christiana's gonna do something. She's a silent killer, so she's gonna come out there and bring it at the last moment. And I don't know why she's gonna wait for it, but it's gonna be everything. I
was not expecting you to say Christiana.
I love you, Micaiah, but Christiana's got something up her sleeve, so I'm just gonna say her.
Okay.
What about you?
Well, I really do think because I thought you were gonna say Micaiah, and then I was like, well, I guess I'll say Christiana just to be contentious. But no, I do think it's gonna be Micaiah. So we'll see who's right.
Oh, and then Battle Royale is gonna be over the top. We saw Coach D was riding on some type of I don't know if it's like a fake horse or an elephant, like this whole big thing she was riding in on, looked like a Coming to America or a Queen type of thing. So hip hip hooray to that. That's gonna be wonderful. I also think we're going to see, of course, our favorite other teams, Divas of Olive Branch, Divas of Compton, probably Prince and Tiger Lex.
Elite Stars of Nashville, so we can see Tyrus.
Yes.
But what was I going to say? I just went blank. What were we talking? But I remember. And so, like, previous seasons, like, remember how there was so much buildup to Battle Royale? Like, I feel like from the beginning of the season, they were talking about, we got to get ready for Battle Royale, And now we're at the point where it's like, oh, yeah, by the way, next week's Battle Royale.
I know.
You know?
I know, just out of the blue. Like, me and Tamera were talking about, like, next week's season finale. Like, there was no real warning. Like, season finale next week, Battle Royale. What? So,
well, again, I think these current episodes were supposed to air back earlier in spring of 2018. They were supposed to air together with the first half of season 5, but then something happened. They were bumped over here, and so now it's just a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
Whole lot of dancing though, so let's keep it like that. But yeah, thanks guys for hanging out with us. Come back definitely next week because it is the season finale and we are just so excited to talk about Battle Royale and everything in between. Before we get to who I am, I want to say thank you again for writing in the comments below on our YouTube page, of course, right on our Instagram and right on the iTunes, and give us 5 stars there. I'm one of your hosts, Howard III. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Howard III. And I also do the Keeping Up with the Kardashians after show on Sundays at 8 p.m. Tamera, where can we follow you?
Like I said, follow me at tamerabrown.com, and you can find me on YouTube at Hey Tamera. And if you like silly dances, guys, I have a very dorky comedy dance troupe called Liquid Feet. You can find us on YouTube. We put up a new video every week. It's completely silly, and just like I said, we're big dorks. So check out Liquid Feet on YouTube.
Yes, and we will see you guys all next week. Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Keven Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.